How much do you value the present? Like this very moment right now, and seeing it as such a gift. I'm sure that most times you've woken up and you've treated your days as if they were yesterday's, thinking of the same things, causing yourself to ruminate in thoughts, and also setting an expectation that it would be like yesterday. And once you know that today, right now, as you're watching this video, as you hear these words, as I affirm myself and also help to affirm you, you know that this moment right now could change your life. It could change your perspective because you're choosing to receive something different than you were receiving before, which is in the highest ways for you. And think of it as something simple. Like if someone asks how you're doing, you could say something simple like, it could be better. I'm going through this, I'm going through that. And how are you feeling how are you feeling when you say these things? What is your could have been? What is your should have been? When none of those things even matter, when the right now is the most valuable thing that you could speak into yourself to make the next moment greater. And I can definitely relate. Excuse me, guys, because I'm outside on the porch. I didn't want to go in the house because it feels good in there, but I like being out in nature. So I wanted you to see the sky. I wanted you to feel that warmth with you. But anyways, you know, when you used to just be on like pilot and just constantly just going at a steady pace, not really expecting something greater for your life. How did that feel? You know, did it feel like it was, or that it could have been better? No. You have to make sure that you are pouring into yourself as much as you are pouring out into the world, as much as you give to other people. It's so vital for you to give and pour into yourself. And all of the things that you are aspiring to receive and know that are true about yourself will be things that can be poured into you daily by your doing and God's doing. And of course, it is a journey in doing so. And it doesn't have to be identified as hard. Life comes with challenges because there are things that you are releasing from yourself. And with releasing something from you that is old, meaning dying to the old ways, dying to the old you, uh, you know, there's something that I say to myself now: I have nothing to lose but the weight. And a part of the weight is an old life and an old perspective and an old version of me that I no longer have, that's no longer a part of me anymore. So that's all you're losing. And the version of you that you are becoming into now is someone who's stronger, wiser, who is more confident, who is most certain as to where they are going. Because where you've been. That's clear. That's very clear. And it's important for you to use that as passion to go towards what the next can be. Because it can be so much greater. It can look completely different than your yesterdays. So now that you know that, now that someone else is telling you, and even when someone else is telling you things, because of course we've heard it so many times, your knowing comes from your experience. It comes from you being aware that I did this, I did the work to get here. And the work can come from letting go, and the work comes from letting go, allowing yourself to let good things in, and also pouring into yourself, like we said earlier. There is so much of this life that I'm sure that you have experienced, and experiences that only you know, that can be like a testimony to say, like, only God got me through this. Only me and God know how much I did to change in order to receive this right here, the life you're in now. So always look at this as an opportunity. Always look at the now as an opportunity to remind you that you know that there are greater things coming for you. There are greater things here right now for you to receive in your life. The person I was before is not the person that I am now. And that came from definitely letting an old version of me die. Meaning, I didn't even know that I had to grieve certain versions of me. I had to grieve from being a people pleaser because it was so hard to tell people no. I had to grieve from friendships because I really wanted people to be happy, even if that costed me my own happiness. I had to grieve relationships romantically because I definitely wanted to be something that they wanted me to be instead of what I knew that was true of me. Oh man, and I did it anyways, you know? And I feel that that's something that is not really talked about nowadays, of knowing that there are versions of you that you have to grieve and let go, because you still have to make the decisions and trust that they are for your good, not only for the good of you, also for the good of others, even if they don't see it. And even if you don't see it at first, you're trusting that intuition that God gave to you. Do you know how strong your intuition can be? Do you know how strongly connected you could be to God, to the point where it could sometimes make you feel a little afraid? Like, I didn't know, something told me that something is God. Albert Einstein has a quote that says, God's way of remaining anonymous is by giving you coincidences. You know, that's your intuition. You know, when you say that something told me, that's God telling you. Yeah, that's God telling you and reminding you that there are things that you already know right now, and that you can trust that you know where you are, and that you're safe where you are, and that God is everywhere you are and everything that you are. Being that things have changed in your life, and even if you feel that some things haven't changed, give yourself enough grace to slow it down a little bit and be patient with you. You know, all of these feelings that we desire for other people to feel from us or to give to us, I hope and pray. I hope and pray that you learn to give them to yourself first so that you can know the power of them, so that you can really know what it feels like to give yourself patience, what it really feels like to give yourself grace, what it really feels like to forgive, what it really feels like to be disciplined, what it really feels like to commit, what it really feels like to form boundaries. You can form boundaries even with yourself, so that you're no longer harming yourself, so that you're no longer committing self sabotage. I didn't even know this stuff, y'all. And you know, that's the thing. It's like you think you know. I wanted to know that I knew. I wanted to know that there was nothing that could make me doubt myself ever again. Not even an old version of myself that had to die, that couldn't remain when I was trying to move forward, when I wanted to move forward, when I knew that forward was my direction. See how it went from try to thinking to the knowing. And things break. They have to break. They have to break. They have to break off of you. They have to fall off of you so that you can still grow. Because if it stays on, it won't live much longer. It's like seeing a tree where the colors are brown, and you can tell that it's not as lively. And then seeing the rest of the tree green, vibrant, beautiful. And you look at it and you're just like, wow, it's like there's so much more life. I'd rather choose that. I'd rather choose the life than the death. I choose life. You choose life. You choose you. You choose the higher version of you. You choose to know that there are things that are breaking away from you, that are breaking off inside of you that cannot continue to go with you. And it may cause you to grieve. Just know that you can do it. Because with death comes life. It does. And moment by moment, don't take it day by day because those days may go really fast. Moment by moment, give yourself the grace and knowing that you can detach from those things and release them with love. Love is unconditional, right? When I had to break away from versions of me, I didn't know that that was going to be the hardest thing to grieve, old versions of myself. I could grieve other people leaving, but versions of me, I held on to them for so long. I held on to stories for so long, allowing thoughts to ruminate for so long, and realizing that that would get me nowhere. It's like you're standing in circles. You deserve to walk on. You deserve to move on. You deserve to move on to the next. How can you do that? By really asking yourself those questions that will propel you to feel brave enough to answer them. And whatever those questions are, however far back you need to go, go so that you can finally let it go. And the more you heal, oh man, the more beautiful you become inside and out. Because there is nothing that no one will be able to tell you ever again to make you doubt you ever again. Ever again. And it doesn't have to come with an arrogance. It does not have to come with hate. It doesn't even have to come with speaking bad things back. It's you really truly knowing who you are now by these experiences that have shaped you into being the best and highest version of you. You've shed so much already. You've been through so much already. And the power word is through. Through. You got through it? Do you know how amazing you are? If you forgot, I'm here to tell you, you are amazing. You are so amazing. The things seen and unseen. That's why God has to be like your best friend, your very best friend, like the friend you, I mean, you can call the people physically, they might be in their own world, and that's cool. But the one that is omnipresent, the one that is everywhere you are and everything you are, the one that is so patient, that teaches you how to be more patient with you, that teaches you how to love you more unconditionally so that you can also love others. Ways that really helped me to do these things was really getting into silence and not fearing the silence. I was really quiet growing up sometimes, but I used that as a coping mechanism until I learned that there is power in the silence and that there is power in the stillness because you can learn to hear the sound. There's a beautiful sound that you can hear with God through your conversations with God, through your reflections with God, and being honest with yourself, being honest with you. And the more that you do that, not only will you be free, you'll see yourself in a way you've never seen yourself, or in ways you haven't seen yourself in a long time. You know, like, I haven't felt like this in a long time. Have you felt like that lately? You know, like I haven't felt this peaceful in a long time. And you can just be sitting, just rocking away on a porch or something, at a beach looking at the water, or seeing your family just laughing, or hearing something that brings you joy. You deserve that peace. You deserve that every day, every moment. And again, that's not saying that this life is just glittering gold. It is beautiful. It does come with challenges, and you can succeed in them. And winning is it's not always how you think it is or how it's gonna look. You know, it's not always gonna look like, something that you think is supposed to be like. So again, now that you know what does no one feels like? What does no one feel like? It don't feel like something that you just stash in the bag. It's not something that you just put in the bag and like, yeah, I know. You just having that arrogance. No, you apply what you know. You know better, you do better. You've heard that before. But I say something like, now that you know, what are you going to do with what you know? And as I say that to you, I say that to myself first, because of course I'm looking at my beautiful self, and I had to make sure for myself that even as I decided to do this channel, even as I decided to share these videos, that I was not going to be that hypocrite. That's not what I want to be. I desire to be authentic. So I'm being authentic in who I am, and definitely who I desire to be. Like, even as I'm out here, I'm telling y'all, I'm sweating, sweat, sweat. Thank God for good skin. But I just wanted to definitely say thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel. It's such like a surreal. It's real. See, you gotta catch yourself. Like it's a real thing to see, and I'm just gonna keep flowing. And even when I'll say this, even when I didn't post, and I definitely wanted to, I had to tell myself that it's all about what you do. It's not about what you wanted to do. It's not about what you aspired to do. You can keep aspiring forever. What are you gonna do? There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be anxious for. There's everything to be excited for, excited about, looking forward to, basking in, and knowing that everything you have is everything you need right here, right now. So proud of myself. So be on the lookout for more videos. Sometimes I'll do short ones. Sometimes it'll be lengthy ones like this, where we're just connecting. And I hope that you receive something good from this, and that you feel me to you, from me to you, that you can do anything. You can heal from anything. You can get through anything. You can believe in you. Believe in you. Believe in you. Know you. Love you. Trust you. Be loyal to you. You know? Okay. I love you. And I hope that you have a magnificent day. I'm about to get out of the sun. I worked out today. I'm so proud of myself. I was sweating, y'all. I didn't have all this synthetica on my head at first. I just put this in. Oh, I mean, as I share these videos, I got to tell you more about myself. So that'll be probably like the next video or so, where I'll share more about myself instead of just a person who's posting videos. But I definitely got to share more with you. I might find best friends from across the world, you know, just speaking that stuff into existence, because I truly believe that it can happen. So, yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have the best day today, that when you get off this video, that you're just like, man, I feel better. Put on a good song, dance to it, and yeah, just know that you're amazing. All right. I love you. God loves you most. Love you. Bye.